So we talked at the beginning of the season about the Dogs trying to score by committee, and that seems to be the case in the early going.
Definitely, and Aaron, they got on the scoreboard in Moncton, just couldn't batten down the hatches defensively. So for the St. John Sea Dogs, again, they have to really take care of pucks here against the Titan. You turn over a puck, they'll make you pay. Great transition team are the Titan.
Boleno, Poirier, and Safin after that puck in the Acadie-Bathurst zone. The Titan get it out, and it's Samuel L'Italien hustling over the line. Try to drop pass. It comes back to him, and he'll swing it in behind the net. Ethan Crosman moves it for Liam Murphy, another former Wildcat. His shot is wide all the way to the right point for Noah Dobson, and he'll move it in behind the net. Pinching in is Hallwell. Hallwell works it back in behind the goal. Murphy, watched there by Alexis Girard. Boleno loses it to Crosman behind the net. Crosman with some shifty moves. Crosman drops it off for L'Italien, the right wing corner. L'Italien has 5 goals on the season, tied for the league lead in that department, but he hits the deck there as he's taken down by William Poirier. L'Italien back on his skates to the right point. Dobson swings it over. Hallwell, shot blocked by Tyler Smith, and he'll send it ahead. Here's a 2-on-0. Safin, the shot, goal! Ostap Safin, his first in the QMJHL, and it's 1-0 St. John.
Pro release here by Safin, the Edmonton Oiler draft pick, but it all starts in their own zone. Great block by former St. John Vito Smith, and a great pass out into open space, and Poirier just lets that go to his line mate, buries it.
And Reginato will head to the bench as Safin joins his line mates. Murphy now to the St. John line, avoids the hip check from Murphy, or from Safin rather, and the puck goes in behind the net. Murphy is there, tied up in the right wing corner by Nathan LaRose. Murphy gets loose. Murphy sends it back to the line. It comes now to Hallwell. Wrist shot, doesn't get through, and it's picked up by Safin, and he got clipped. And there's going to be a penalty here against Liam Murphy.
Blindside hit there from Murphy, right there, targeting the head. Trying to get something going for the Acadie-Bathurst Titan here tonight. Through 5 minutes here, Aaron, slow start, uncharacteristic slow start for the Titan.
Neither team has specialty teams that are anything to write home about. St. John's power play is 10th. Acadie-Bathurst's penalty killing unit is 17th. Acadie-Bathurst is without the services tonight of Antoine Morand, who is serving the first of a 2-game suspension for head contact against Halifax on the weekend. And it's a minor penalty for head contact here against Murphy at 4:47 that gives St. John the game's first power play. Boleno circles the net. Nearly got picked by the referee McCormick. Boleno strides confidently into the Acadie-Bathurst zone down the right side, puts on the brakes and looks to set something up. He'll slide the puck to Safin. He has the game's only goal, his first of his QMJHL career. And there was Hardy looking for his 4th of the season, but that one was deflected over top of the cage. Boleno with a neat behind-the-back pass. Now Boleno one-timer, pad save by Tomei, and the rebound is gobbled up but not cleared by Dobson. Boleno plays it off of his right skate, angling it to Safin. Safin in the circle. Down low, it's centered and snapped wide by Hardy. Pare is there as well. Boleno pinches and got beat. And here's Dawson Feed, the ex-Dog, skating in. And Dorio makes the save as Feed got taken out heavily behind the St. John net.
Welcome back to Station Street. 1-0 Sea Dogs. There's the penalty. Marr gets his left leg out. Dorio, good cell job there, Aaron. Drawing the penalty. Sea Dogs back to the man advantage. And
I thought it was Francis who was taken out after he went hard to the net, but it was behind the play as the goaltender gets interfered with. So it's a minor penalty against Jordan Marr. 7:25 for goaltender interference. Power play number 2 for the Sea Dogs. Safin back to Boleno. Back to Safin. He can't center it. He gets it right back. Safin to the line. Top of the umbrella, as they say, for Joe Valeno, the captain, his shot never made it to the net. Dobson in the corner, stripped to the puck by Pare, turning and trying to clear as the Titan defense. Great job there holding that one in by Salda. Safin down low. Pare swings it back to Safin rather. Safin moves it back to the line. Hardy is there. Hardy over to Salda on the left side. Salda to Valeno to Safin. There's the drive and a glove save by Tomei.
Randy Jones, his former midget coach. Of course, Jones helping out from time to time with the Sea Dogs. Jones said he's just keeping it simple.
There's a chance for L'Italien to had his goal totals this year. Dorio was there. Now Safin plays it back in behind the net. LaRose will scamper after it. LaRose nearly had his pocket picked. Marcus Teesink skates after that puck. Teesink, another former midget Vito. Now the puck is loose in the circle, and Valeno will swing it ahead on the right wing. Here's Safin, tried to go inside out on the defender. The trailer now is Poirier. He fans on the shot, pushing it into the right wing corner. That's Teesink. Safin is there as Teesink retreats to his defensive position. Liam Murphy fires it ahead. It was behind Crossman, but no icing. Crossman first one on it. Who's in behind the St. John net. There were literally no other Titan players in the zone. And now they've joined up after the change is made. Puck comes to the line for Fortin. Shot tipped neatly by Crossman. And Dorio makes his best save of the night as that one changed direction dramatically as it came off the lower shaft of Crossman's stick.
Ethan Crosman taking full advantage of his third opportunity.
Clearly off the crossbar. It's a blast, though. Oh, it's a paint peeler. See how the Titan react to this. Poirier with the puck. At the center it goes, and it's hammered right back in. Webster skates after it. Webster moves the puck to Valeno, and he'll send it ahead. Poirier skating after it, but Fortin is there to whack it right back into the St. John end. Webster behind the net controls it with 4:10 to go in the opening period. And Liam Murphy trying to pick a fight with Bailey Webster had zero interest in the puck and was ready to drop the mitts, and Webster said no, why would you with your team up 3-0? I can see why Murphy would try to get something started here. But Webster would have none of that. Here's Safin striding through the neutral zone, moving in, dropping it off. Poirier is there. Poirier pinned along the boards by Fortin.
Murphy and Wet trying to goat anyone into a fight right now, having words with a lot of St. John Sea Dogs players.
So the Dogs 0 for 2 with the man advantage, get a full 4 minutes here with which to work, and as you mentioned, it will extend into the second period. Valeno is back to get it. Salda, Safin, Pare, and Hardy. 4 forwards for St. John. Safin gets it in. Hardy, Pare, they all converge on that puck in the trapezoid behind Tomei. 23 seconds in the period. The puck comes to Joe Valeno at the right point. Fakes the shot, cuts to the middle. Valeno still has it. Tried to dish it off to Safin, but that was broken up. 12 seconds to go in the period. Safin, Salda wants it. Salda can't get it as Thied got his stick on that puck and knocked it out into the neutral zone. One last chance. Safin brings it over the line, moving in as Pare. He can't get the shot away, and the opening period will come to an end, but quite a period it was for St. John as they take a 3-0 lead to the dressing room. Wednesday night game in early October is probably better than a Wednesday night game in the dead of February, though.
Good for the Scouts. Folks, the Scout sheet was full. Of course, games in Moncton and St. John close for them. 2-day trip.
Vegas Golden Knight Scouts in the house for the first time at Harbour Station.
Actually, Mario Pouliot's son scouts for, he's the Quebec League representative for the Golden Knights. Raphael Pouliot.
He's here tonight with Bob Lowe's, who is Vegas' assistant director of player personnel. Drafted by the New York Rangers. Back in the day, never played in the NHL, but he's here tonight as well, trying to find some gems for that Vegas team, which is a team that requires a lot of Googling just to figure out who those guys are, but they're excited in Vegas about the start of their inaugural season in the National Hockey League that begins Friday night in Dallas against the Stars. I'm in Dallas this week with the death of Dave Strader, their longtime play-by-play man, revered and admired by all. Here's Salda, sends it ahead on the right side for Safin. The Dogs are on the power play. Safin moves in and Pickard makes the save as he's challenged early here by Safin.
Safin getting to the net. That's what he needs to do with that frame, Aaron. Great save there by Riley Pickard. Keeping his hockey team in this early here in the second.
Boucher down the left wing. Boucher into the corner. Boucher bumped by Hardwick. Boucher down to his knees, back on his skates. Hare goes to the net. Safin has the puck. 10 seconds in the power play. And that puck is cleared out of the zone via the aerial route. Back into the end is Hare. Skating after it is Safin. Broken up by L'Italien. The double minor to VL is over. Make the Dogs 0 for 4 with the man advantage. Hardy down low. Safin steps in front. It bounces off of Hardy. He can't find it. Safin does. Safin is a force just inside the blue line. Drops it back. Bailey Webster gives it to Salda. Salda for Hardy. Back to Webster. Wrist shot saved by Pickard. And that puck is smothered.
Noah Dobson having words with Matt Hicks, the linesman.
Just the tweaking to the face-off rule that the NHL has done, basically just enforcing a rule that was always on the books, is thankfully not at this level. Can you just imagine?
The penalty box would be full.
We have a lot of 3-on-3. Here's a 2-on-1. Safin. Valeno, Safin, and that one was a bouncer, but Safin picks it up, and he was looking for Valeno. It comes to LaRose. LaRose, his shot hit a leg. Valeno in the corner. The captain, Valeno. Now for Poirier. Poirier's bodied by Malatesta. This Acadie Bathurst team has been awful tonight. T-Sink shot is stopped by Pickard. Can't even get out of their own way and can't get the puck out of their own zone. As LaRose steps up, Safin skates in. Poirier shot. Safin gets it. He centers it. Pinching in there deep is LaRose to keep it alive. LaRose loses the handle. Rafuse is there. He'll advance it, but T-Sink steps up. Malatesta took it away from him, and they send it back into the St. John end. It's controlled by Marcus T-Sink. T-Sink fires it ahead. It skips off the shin of Dobson. Starting back his feed. Just out of the reach of Dobson, who's going hard to the net. Dobson on the far side, stripped by Safin. He can't catch up to it in the neutral zone. And then it's iced. And they wave off the icing. Well, the icing should have been called long before Dorio went out behind the net to play it.
Wish him all the best if that's the case.
Off the face-off, Dobson moves it over, and Hallwell gets it into the corner. He has the only Acadie Bathurst goal that's gotten them to within a pair here in the second period at Harbour Station. Murphy on the right wing boards. Murphy sends it over. Hallwell comes in the back door, and his shot is knocked out of the air by Dorio. He was unable to control it, though. Murphy's after the puck, but Girard is there. Pass for Poirier was behind him. He reaches back and pulls it ahead. Dobson moves the puck for Meunier. Down the right side, he overskates and wipes out. The trailer is Murphy. Murphy drops it for Meunier. He centers it. L'Italien turns and spins, and as he was about to shoot, the net is off its moorings behind Alex Dorio. Acadie Bathurst now out shooting St. John 18-15. From the face-off, shot taken by Malatesta. Bounces and comes all over. Make that the coup, 42, not 12. And here's a play by LaRose, the refuse, that creates a partial 2-on-1 break. Hallwell now for Dobson. His shot, what a sliding block by Poirier. Came out of nowhere like Batman and got right in front of that one. Now L'Italien brings it in, and that shot is deflected out of play. And you're seeing examples all over the place tonight of this Sea Dog team that is engaged, involved, and doing whatever it takes.
Advantage St. John Sea Dogs with number 9 on the ice. Lots of open space. We haven't really seen them turn it up a notch speed-wise this season, Aaron.
Poirier lost his stick, so he reaches out with his blocker hand and just picks that one up, so it'll be another face-off. Deep in the St. John zone, 7 seconds gone in the 4-on-4 here.
Channeled Dominic Hasek on that one.
Roughing Miners against Meunier and Girard at 13-21 if you are indeed scoring at home.
Can't see why not, Aaron.
Beverage of your choice, a little scorecard, be all set. There's Dobson, centering pass, bounces in behind the net. Webster is there.
I'm sure Jason King scoring at home.
Opening night in the NHL tonight. Stick with us until the end, and then you're free to tune in the Maple Leafs and the Jets. Maple Leafs start their season tonight in the Manitoba Capital, and big things expected of the Maple Leafs this season. Adam Shine, who I'm not sure what he knows about hockey, but today on Mad Dog Sports Radio predicted a Edmonton-Toronto Stanley Cup final. Wouldn't the folks at NBC love that?
Kid can do it all. Gets caught, back check. Showing the pro scouts in the building what he's all about.
Safin moves in behind the net. Safin gives it to Veleno. Veleno over to Salda. Back to Veleno. Back to Salda. Pare wants it on the goal line. Pare for Safin. And Pickard lost his stick as he made that save. Goalie's stick is in the corner. He gets one from a defenseman. Pare back to the line. Veleno. Veleno, top of the umbrella, looks, waits, gives to Safin. Shot. That one's blocked, and Rafuse will get it out. That was L'Italien who had lost his stick, and then he takes the referee, Maillet, out as he was trying to go to the bench. As the period comes to an end, and what a wild frame it was. After the Dogs controlled things in the first, Acadie Bathurst, desperate to make a game of it, scores the only goal of the second, and it's 3-1 St. John. Make that 17-8 in favor of Acadie Bathurst, and they are out shooting St. John 25-17 through 40 minutes of play as the third period begins. St. John with a 2-goal lead and a man advantage for another minute and a half or so. Salda leaves it for Veleno. And he'll scamper into the zone, leaving it for Pare. Pare back to Salda. That was nearly broken up, now is, and cleared by the Titan defense.
Noah Dobson again, up to the task. Good gap control. St. John just look a little disorganized right now, trying to get out of their zone. Give the puck to Veleno and get out of the way.
Veleno is back. Eyed by Feed, so he'll give it to Salda behind the net. 56 seconds to go in the major penalty to VL. Dogs with a 3-1 lead, looking to win back-to-back games for the first time this season. Salda down the left side. Salda leaves it for Hardy. It comes all the way to Veleno. Veleno's shot. That one's blocked by Malatesta. Controlled by Safin. Moving it back to Veleno. Now for Safin, top of the circle. He misplays it, but the puck rolls to Salda, who keeps it alive. Salda just inside the blue line. Safin on the right side. Pare to the corner. He accepts the feed. Pare steps in front and tried to jam it home, but Pickard is there to make the save. Salda hustles to hold in. Knocked down by Hardy. He appeared to glove that to Safin. Plays allowed to continue. Safin has it on the half boards. Dozen seconds in the power play. Far side for Veleno. Salda wants it. There it is! And he ripped it wide. Safin off the end boards, and either Pickard or the defender, Drolet, got their glove on that one to knock it aside. Penalty's over. Salda gives it to Safin. over to Veleno. Veleno looking in front, but McIsaac is there. He pushes it to the boards. Veleno moving just inside the line, stopped sharply. Dishes off, Safin. Veleno, nifty inside-out move. He rolls it in front, and Pickard is down, and he's got it. Huge stop by Dorio. He wasn't much of a factor early, but after the goaltending change at the other end to start the second period, the Titan have come on, and here they are 2-on-1. Dobson tried to go back to Rayfuse. Rayfuse on the backhand, and he can't tuck that one in on the short side. Dobson strong on that puck on the far side. Turns away from Poirier, but then Poirier will send it ahead, and here comes Safin. Moving it swiftly down the left side. His shot skips through the goal mouth. And skating after it is LaRose in the neutral zone for St. John. LaRose can play defense, can play forward, and he's on the back end now. LaRose steps away from Ducharme and gives it to Teesink. Teesink sends it ahead and takes a weird bounce towards the Acadie Bathurst net, where it got turned aside easily by Pickard. 13 and a half minutes to go.
Not sure if it was the relief outing in the Memorial Cup that turned some scouts off, or probably the likelihood of them not seeing him a lot through the season probably led him to not getting drafted.
Safin cuts in front, Wade shoots, and Pickard gets across and makes the save. His numbers were extremely impressive, but you're right, if scouts don't see somebody with their own eyes, it's pretty hard to rate him. I'm not sure what was more of a surprise, the fact he wasn't drafted or the fact that Pittsburgh signed him so quickly. They're inviting him to camp as a walk-on.
He was 11-0 at one point, or 11-1.
Here's Feed back for Hallwell moving in, and he just missed low on the stick side of Dorio. Now Crosman with a chance for Hallwell, and he was in a good shooting location, and he elected to try to pass it to Feed. Now Safin has it. Safin skates away from Feed, brings it in, takes the shot. That one comes to Boucher as the penalties expire. We're back to full strength. Safin chips it for Salda, and he snaps it wide. Boucher's after that puck, but coming up with it is Crosby. After it is Meunier. He's forced to the boards by Teesink, and the puck is controlled by LaRose. He'll send it to the line, and it'll skip out of the zone. Feed tried to drop it back, and it's played ahead. Malatesta is there. Skating after it is Meunier, but it's Veleno with it. Veleno avoids Feed, then had it poked off of his stick there just onside. Feed moving in, but back to tie him up with Safin. Feed at the blue line turns and dishes off. Malatesta back to Feed. Tried to drop it back to Malatesta, but coming up with it and bringing it the other way is Campbell. Under 7 minutes remaining in regulation time. St. John on top 3-1. All of their goals came in the first. Ben Reed has served his major penalty. He's in there after it, and Murphy has the puck. Murphy now for Ducharme. Hustling down the left side. Ducharme drops it off. There with it once again is Dobson, who's going to play a ton in these final 5 minutes. Puck is centered. Bounces off of Veleno, but then it's upmanned on the left side for Safin racing down. Safin turns it over and starting back. Here's Justin Ducharme with 5 goals on the season. For L'Italien, he's got 5 as well, and he gets a second crack at it. It was going wide, but Dorio will haul it in and hang on. 4:42 to go in this one. St. John leading 3-1. You're watching QMJHL action on Rogers TV.
Titan trying to claw their way back in this through the last 40. Have all the momentum right now.
Pare in the corner. Puck comes to Joe Veleno. He gets it back to Pare. Poked off of his stick in the neutral zone. Pare can't find it. Safin is there, and he spots Veleno moving in. Long shot, sails over top of the net. 32-24. The Titan out shooting St. John. Here's Poirier advancing it for Veleno. Veleno looking for Safin. Safin into the corner for Poirier. Poirier in there along the boards. Veleno eyeing the loose puck. Webster with a long shot from 60 feet out, and the save is made.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's game.
Love gold numbers on red. Awesome. Said many times, numbers are for identification purposes only and not part of your marketing strategy for your fancy unis. Puck's all the way back down into Acadie Bathurst territory, and time is an enemy for the visitors now. 2 minutes to go. Here's Meunier with the puck. His shot zips wide, and there goes the goalie. Pickard to the bench. Extra skater is out there for Acadie Bathurst, down by a pair. And here's an empty net for Safin. He'll give it to Valeno, and he can't get the shot away. We saw Josh Dixon and Moncton the other night pull the goalie with 3 minutes left, down by 1. Mario Pouliot waits tonight until 2 minutes left, down by 2. Obviously some coaching philosophical differences there. 80 seconds left. And the Dogs doing yeoman-like work in there to pull some time off of that clock. Finally, Acadie Bathurst emerges from the fray, and it's Dobson venturing in behind the net. He gives it to L'Italien. L'Italien tripped over the puck as he gets spun around in the corner. Girard has it pinned. Under a minute to go, and St. John's still on top. It's 3-1. L'Italien met there by Girard. It comes to Safin. Now it's Poirier. He can't clear. L'Italien's shot never got through. And Hallwell unable to step up to keep it alive with 40 seconds left on the clock. To paraphrase the late Tom Petty, the Sea Dogs stand their ground. They don't back down, and they win on home ice.